we're doing a do-over for lesson 2. This one's called lesson 2.1, so that I am watching my own videos now so that improvements can be made where they are needed. So funnily enough, I wasn't watching my own videos before, so I didn't know where I could make improvements and so on. So here we go again with repeat lesson 2. Hopefully this is an improved version. So I'll just read the first page and a half because I'm reading the text of A Course in Miracles, a page and a half per lesson. So all you need to do is, if you don't want to listen to that part, you want to go straight to the lesson, I'll be holding up my little lesson number when I get to that part, and you can just fast forward the video until there and start, just do the lesson and the forgiveness, year of forgiveness, and just do that. Okay, if you want a little bit more, what I'm doing is that actually it's something that I found for myself, reading a little bit of the text, which in this case just means we're doing the preface first, followed directly by the text as I get to it, then the lesson, then the commentary by Jesus, channeled through Tina Louise Spalding in 2019, which is a companion book to A Course in Miracles. Okay, so that's an up-to-date explanation of what the lesson means and how to integrate it into your daily life, because that's really what this course is about. Okay, all right, so let's get going. Looking all serious in black today. Okay, preface of A Course in Miracles. Hopefully you can hear me okay. We haven't got speakers set up properly or anything yet. I've got many more improvements to make. All right, but I just really had to get started. It was like a last minute strong urge for me to get going with this again for 2023, and I feel it in my bones that people are far more ready for this material than they realize. Okay? All right. This preface was written in 1977 in response to many requests for a brief introduction to A Course in Miracles. The first 2 parts, how it came, what it is, Helen Schuckman wrote herself. The final part, what it says, was written by the process of inner dictation described in the preface. So, how it came. A Course in Miracles began with the sudden decision of 2 people to join in a common goal. Their names were Helen Schuckman and William Thetford, professors of medical psychology at Columbia University's College of Physicians and Surgeons in New York City. It does not matter who they are, except that the story shows that with God, all things are possible. They were anything but spiritual. Their relationship with each other was difficult and often strained, and they were concerned with personal and professional acceptance and status. In general, they had considerable investment in the values of the world. Their lives were hardly in accord with anything that the Course advocates. Helen, the one who received the material, describes herself: psychologist, educator, conservative in theory, and atheistic in belief. I was working in a prestigious and highly academic setting, and then something happened that triggered a chain of events I could never have predicted. The head of my department unexpectedly announced that he was tired of the angry and aggressive feelings our attitudes reflected, and concluded that there must be another way. As if on cue, I agreed to help him find it. Apparently, this course is the other way. Although their intention was serious, they had great difficulty in starting out their joint venture. But they had given the Holy Spirit the little willingness that as the course itself was to emphasize again and again, is sufficient to enable him to use any situation for his purposes and provide it with his power. To continue Helen's first person account. Excuse me, my cat's trying to get in under the door. He's a great big ginger cat named Furby, and he would just be up here in my face covering up the whole video, so I can't let him in. 3 startling months preceded the actual writing, during which time Bill suggested that I write down the highly symbolic dreams and descriptions of the strange images that were coming to me. Although I had grown more accustomed to the unexpected by that time, I was still very surprised when I wrote, "This is a Course in Miracles." I was still very surprised when I wrote, "This is a Course in Miracles." That was my introduction to the voice. It made no sound, but seemed to be giving me a kind of rapid inner dictation, which I took down in a shorthand notebook. The writing was never automatic. It could be interrupted at any time and later picked up again. It made me very uncomfortable, but it never seriously occurred to me to stop. It seemed to be a special assignment I had somehow, somewhere, agreed to complete. It represented a truly collaborative venture between Bill and myself, and much of its significance, I am sure, lies in that. I would take down what the voice said and read it to him the next day, and he typed it from my dictation. I expect he had his special assignment too. Without his encouragement and support, I lost my space, sorry. My cat won't stop at the door. I would never have been able to fulfill mine. The whole process took 7 years. The text came first, then the workbook for students, and finally, the manual for teachers. Only a few minor changes have been made. Chapter titles and subheadings have been inserted in the text, and some of the more personal references that occurred at the beginning have been omitted. Otherwise, the material is substantially unchanged. The names of the collaborators in the recording of the course do not appear on the cover, because the course can and should stand on its own. It is not intended to become the basis for another cult. Its only purpose is to provide a way in which some people will be able to find their own internal teacher. Okay, so that's it for that part of it today. Now we'll move to lesson 2.1. I'm just repeating lesson 2, that's all that is. Hopefully that won't need to happen again, but just for the videos I need to name it differently. Okay, lesson 2 of A Course in Miracles. I have given everything I see in this room, on this street, from this window, in this place, all the meaning that it has for me. The exercises with this idea are the same as those for the first one. Begin with the things that are near you and apply the idea to whatever your glance rests on. Then, increase the range outward. Turn your head so that you include whatever is on either side. If possible, turn around and apply the idea to what was behind you. Remain as indiscriminate as possible in selecting subjects for its application. Do not concentrate on anything in particular, and do not attempt to include everything you see in a given area, or you will introduce strain. Merely glance easily and fairly quickly around you, trying to avoid selection by size, brightness, color, material, or relative importance to you. Take the subjects simply as you see them. Try to apply the exercise with equal ease to a body or a button, a fly or a floor, an arm or an apple. The sole criterion for applying the idea to anything is merely that your eyes have lighted on it. Make no attempt to include anything particular, but be sure that nothing is specifically excluded. Okay, so we're just using the same type of thing we did with lesson 1. So I have given this book everything I see in this room. So this book, I have given all the meaning it has for me. This bookmark, I have given all the meaning that it has for me. This mouse pad, I have given all the meaning it has for me. This glasses box, I have given all the meaning that it has for me. This hand, I have given all the meaning that it has for me. This ring, I have given all the meaning that it has for me. That lampshade, I have given all the meaning that it has for me. That mattress, I have given all the meaning that it has for me. This icebox, I have given all the meaning that it has for me. Turning around. That light switch, I have given all the meaning that it has for me. This cupboard, I have given all the meaning that it has for me. That light, I have given all the meaning that it has for me. That drink bottle, I have given all the meaning that it has for me. That doorknob, I have given all the meaning that it has for me. Okay, so I had to repeat that lesson because yesterday I just did it silently and it was really weird rewatching how I did that. If I want to do something silently next time, I'll let you know ahead of time. But I do prefer to show you how I do the lesson, and you can do yours silently if you wish, or read it out loud. Okay, let's move on now to, since we've done our lesson now, it's only quick at first, we will move to lesson 2, the commentary for lesson 2, with the year of forgiveness. I have given everything I see in this room, on this street, from this window, in this place, all the meaning that it has for me. I am the one you know as Jesus. It is wonderful to have you with me again. These lessons are designed to transform the inner fundamental workings of your mind, and you may not understand them. You may not see the significance of them, but as you apply them, you will begin to see, feel, and become aware of the fact that you have different values laid on different objects. You do not like saying things like, My child has no meaning. My home has no meaning. My car has no meaning other than the meanings I have given them. You will feel little indicators that your mind does not agree with this lesson. Do not allow these little feelings to distress you. Pay attention to them after the lesson. Do the lesson as described, then pay attention. Ah, I didn't like saying that my dog or my cat has no meaning other than the one I have laid on it. You will feel those little tugs of resistance, and they are little indicators of your argumentative position with this teaching. Remember, you don't have to agree with these lessons. By doing them, you use your free will to transform the aspects of your consciousness that you do not yet know are causing you trouble or difficulty. Those little tugs give you an indication of something going on in your mind, inside your mind. Trust in this process. This is the means you have been given to achieve absolute freedom. Freedom from all your fears. Freedom from death. And freedom from all the things that worry you and cause you consternation. It is hard in these early lessons to believe that saying such things could transform your mind. But rest assured that you are studying the most powerful, transformative texts available to you at this time. I am that one you know as Jesus, and we will see you again tomorrow. Thank you, blessed beings.